Hello! Today we're talking about something that I am very grateful for, and that is gratitude. Most people think that gratitude is something that you feel after life gets better. But what if gratitude is actually what helps to start your life changing? You can have goals and ambitions and still be grateful for where you are right now, even if that's not where you want to be in the long run. The fastest way for you to feel disconnected is by focusing on what you want in the long run and not being grateful for what you have right now in this present moment of time. Welcome to the Inner Launch, where we talk about rebuilding your self-trust, reclaiming your identity, and creating your next chapter from the inside out. I'm your host, Christina Volkovich, and today we're talking about how gratitude changes your mindset, your emotional state, and the way you experience your life, even before your circumstances start to change. Gratitude actually changes what your brain looks for. As you know, we've talked about your nervous system and how your nervous system was designed to protect you. Your brain naturally searches for problems, stress, and lack of danger. Gratitude is one of the quickest ways to retrain your brain. When you're constantly focused on what's going wrong, what's not going right, how life could be better, your life starts to feel heavy and not as good as it actually is. What you give energy to will be. So when you switch to gratitude, it switches your brain from a place of lack to a place of abundance. And what that actually looks like in the real world is noticing opportunities, feeling supported, progress, and beauty. That's why for me, going hiking was such an important thing because I learned to notice all the beautiful things around me. And that started to make my life better, regardless of if anything really changed that much in it. Just that simple switch in my mindset of looking for the things that I was grateful for really immensely changed my life. Your same life can feel completely different depending on what you train yourself to notice. The stigma with gratitude is a lot of people think that gratitude means that you're ignoring all the bad or like toxic positivity. That's not the same at all. You can still be in a place of healing and grateful at the exact same time. You can realize, yes, my life isn't where I want it to be right now, but it is also not bad. It's better than it was. May not be there yet where I want it to be, but it's still good. You can be struggling and still find things to appreciate. So when I was still struggling and not fully healed and I was hiking, I was focused on all the beauty around me, regardless of if that was outside, the things I was thankful for, waking up in the day, having a roof over my head, having a safe place, even if it wasn't where I wanted it to be. If you know my story, you know that I've lived in a windowless basement. I didn't want to live in a windowless basement, but guess what? I was still thankful to be in that place because it was safe. It wasn't what I wanted. But that is exactly how I started to switch my mindset from a place of lack to a place of abundance. And that was the first step in changing things for me. A lot of times when you are not grateful, you often feel a little bit chaotic in your brain. But gratitude actually takes away that chaos. It trains you to look for the things that are going to make you steady. It creates balance. Gratitude is not pretending that everything is perfect. It's refusing to let pain blind you from all the good that exists. People often miss their current life while chasing their future. They can never really feel satisfied because they're too busy on looking at all the things that they don't have. You may constantly be waiting for more money. You may constantly be waiting for a relationship. You may constantly be waiting for confidence, success, healing. So many times we delay our happiness because we're waiting for someday. I'll do that when I'm confident. I'll do that when I have more money. I'll do that when I'm finally healed. But that's not the way life works. Life doesn't wait. Life keeps going. And if you're so busy saying, I'll wait until this point, you can miss it completely. That is exactly why it is better to switch to a gratitude mindset, because then you start noticing all the things and enjoying your life in the meantime. So I was actually traveling this past week, and I did not really know where I was going. I didn't really have a plan. And I was taking a train system that I had never taken before. So I was told, get off at this stop, do this, do that, do that. I did. Well, as soon as I stepped off the train, I realized that that was a mistake. Nobody got off the train with me, and it was supposed to be a really popular stop. What I found was me by myself on a platform with no other people around, wondering when the next train was going to come and hoping that I would make it for my connecting train. I was mad at myself for like a brief 3 seconds until I realized what was right in front of me, and that was an amazing sunset over a pond. If I wasn't thinking in a gratitude mindset, I would have missed that. And what this really great sunset taught me was that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to get off at the wrong stop. Because what it showed me was that even though that wasn't where I thought I was going to be, wasn't where I was supposed to be, I still found something beautiful. And if I didn't make that mistake, if I waited until the right point, I may not have seen that amazing sunset. So this is your reminder that mistakes are a part of life, and just keep looking for the positives. Because if you don't, you may miss something beautiful. Another thing that me getting off at the wrong stop showed me was how to be even more confident. Because guess what? I knew I couldn't change it. I got off, that train was gone. There was nothing I could do about that. But what it also showed me was I was able to pivot and adapt to my situation around me. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, my world is ending, I just really effed up. It wasn't that at all. It was just like, okay, I now have this amazing view. Let me figure out how to move forward. So by me trying that and me looking for the positives, I also built up my resilience, which in turn builds my confidence. Confidence doesn't come from waiting until you're ready. It comes from taking action. And even if it's the wrong action, you're still building it in the process. Some people see what they lack. They stop seeing the possibility of the thing that's right in front of them. They may be thinking, oh, but this person is where I want to be and I'm not there yet. Guess what? Comparison destroys gratitude. As long as you are comparing yourself to somebody else or to something else, you're not going to have that same level of gratitude. Which also means that you may fail to realize the amazing things that you have right in this very moment. And I know in today's world that is easier said than done because we have social media, and social media is one of the easiest ways to compare ourselves and feel like we are not enough. But guess what? You are. You are not a mistake in being made. You were made exactly how you're supposed to be. Now you get to shape yourself a little bit more. Gratitude pulls you back into your own life. When you're feeling more grateful for the things that you have, that also gives you a sense of peace and calm. I don't know about you, but I love calm and I love peace and I protect my peace. But I love it. I don't want chaos in my life, so me choosing to look for the positives, to be more grateful, that is a way that I keep my peace. Not by looking at all the negatives in my life. Because yeah, I'm sure there are a lot. But I try to focus on the grateful side of things, the positive side of things. Because the more that I am happy and content with my life, the more peace that I find. So we just talked about how gratitude can make your life better, but what about the other people in our lives? Being grateful can actually improve relationships. People want to feel appreciated. Having gratitude for another person can actually deepen that connection that you already have. Lack of appreciation slowly damages the relationships. I have been in friendships that have felt very one-sided before. And it got to a point where I realized some of the things that I said, it was like talking to a stranger. They didn't even know the things that I've talked to them about, went through. They only could remember their things. And for me, that made me feel very underappreciated, to a point where it definitely took a toll on those friendships, and they stopped really being friendships and they just more so became one-sided. That is what lack of gratitude for others can do. And that's not just relationships, friendships, partnerships, or family. That's even the relationship with yourself. So by you being grateful for who you are as a human, who you are, what you've done, all that you've been through, and all that you have accomplished, you are building yourself to a stronger version of yourself. Sometimes you may feel like people are asking more of you, but a lot of times they're just asking to be seen. Overthinking often keeps people mentally stuck in the past. Overthinking often keeps people feeling stuck of their future. But gratitude grounds you in the present moment. The present moment where your life is actually happening. That is one of the reasons why I love the life that I've built, because I've built a slow life. It's not fast-paced at all by any means, and I get to truly slow down and enjoy the present moments that I've created, which has made me very grateful for the life that I've created. Very grateful for my choices and the person who I've become. I was not always this version, as I'm sure you guys weren't always the version of you that's listening right now. But gratitude has the power to change you. Because grateful people are often emotionally stronger. Why? They can still see the light even though they're in their hard place. They recognize the growth in the painful moments. They don't let their setbacks define everything. Gratitude helps them keep going. Gratitude gives you emotional strength because it reminds you that even the hard season still holds something valuable. So for me, a season where that really affected me was actually this most recent season. So I think I've already told you that I had a time where I had to stop traveling. I had to go back, move in with family, and get a job, pay off some things. And I knew that this wasn't going to be my life forever. I knew it wasn't going to be my situation forever. And it was hard. It was hard to not be like, oh my gosh, I have failed. I'm a failure. And that was a very hard thing for me because I did feel like I was a failure. I knew that there would be a reason, a story for all of this, but I didn't know why. But I still knew it was coming. And I believe that that story is right now. The point where I'm at. A couple months ago, I moved back. But the point that I'm at now, I'm out of that. I'm out of that dark place. I'm out of the feeling like I failed. I'm out of the feeling like there's no end in sight. There is an end in sight. And I'm going to so soon be going to a new place. You'll see soon. But I'm happy for that because I had the mindset to be grateful for those moments, knowing that those moments were going to teach me something, even though I didn't know what it was going to teach me. And that is the difference between looking at your life through a lens of, oh, all these bad things keep happening, and looking through your life through a lens of I don't know why these things are happening, but I know they're happening for a reason, and I know it's going to teach me something. I don't know what it is yet, but I know it's coming. That is the difference, and that is why I'm truly grateful for that. So today, I want to challenge you to do something, and that is start a gratitude journal. I want you to come up with just 3 things each day that you're grateful for. And maybe you do it and you say it's too easy, then up it. Do even more things that you're grateful for. Having a daily gratitude practice can shift things inside you. Practice gratitude before checking your phone. Speak appreciations to your friends, your family, your coworkers, whomever. Speak appreciation more often. Stop minimizing your progress. You're going places. You're not at the same point where you once were. Even if you're not where you want to be yet, you've still moved. Acknowledge it. And notice the ordinary things that you once prayed for, wished you had, whatever it may be. Notice them. Notice how your life has changed. Gratitude is not going to make you complacent. You can still want more while appreciating what you currently have. Gratitude creates peace, while ambition creates movement. The healthiest people learn how to hold both. Your life may not be perfect yet, but there's still something beautiful happening inside of it right now. So this is your reminder that you don't need to have it all figured out. Change doesn't come from rushing it. It comes from paying attention, even in the small ways. Keep choosing yourself. If you know anybody that would benefit from listening to this, please subscribe and send it to a friend. This has been another episode of The Inner Launch, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!